It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. All that and more coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, what a season it was for these Eagles and these Philly fans last year. An 8-0 start, 14-3 final record, 2 blowout wins in the NFC play. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Already here, they'll audible to something else. Smith, the man in motion left. Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, 73, 73.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
73, 73.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Great. Go Silver, right? Count up, Yanni.
Throwing is Hurts. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One thing we always talk about heading into a game, who's going to set the tone early, and very early on here, we're seeing the defense is showing they're going to continue to break pressure.
They smelled that early 3 and out, brought the pressure, and the hit forced the incompletion. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Hey, easy, 63, pass. Hey, Silver. 63, 63, 63. Crowd left, Yanni.
They're going to try and throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I remember pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7. In motion left comes Brown. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Hey, crowd left, Yanni. No touch.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They're going to run this with a tight end. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Now, the gadget play here on 4th down winds up backfiring. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now their 31-year-old running back, Raheem Mostert. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 and 2nd down.
Holding offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still first down.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
30-yard line.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. take him down right about the 1-yard line. The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1.
Now Hurts changing up the play.
Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right.
Penny.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Another try for Penny. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Rashad Penny, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. For this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
He'll going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They're going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Tua.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
First carry for Raheem Mostert.
And across the midfield, stripe into Eagle territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have in that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Looking to pass. Tua. And going deep for Hill. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. In motion right is Brown. Play action. Here's Hurts. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Third and 9 here.
Carl left Yannis. 73.
Brown goes in motion left.
Go Silver, ready?
Here's Hurts to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
Hey, easy, 63. Hey, Silver.
In motion left comes Brown.
Tiger Hornet. 63.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins offense heading back out. And he's been off target here early on. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. We'll look to snap that streak here as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man is Waddle complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 18-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Brown goes in motion left. But first down, Hurts.
This will be caught by Brown. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Great. Go Silver, ready? Crown left, Yanni.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
33 yards that time. Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Channing Tindall is there for the tackle. 2nd and 9.
At the Dolphins' 34-yard line.
Hey, easy, 63, back. Hey, Silver. Michael Horner. 63. Crown left, Yanni.
Hurts.
Flush to him. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
A 53-yard attempt.
And this is good.
It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just about on it. And that will extend their lead even further.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny, when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
Here's Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Tua going to try and go quickly here.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role in why they are trailing right now. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in
sink here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Tua, the final shot before half. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out onto the field. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Completes it to the tight end Smythe. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. He's to the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. And even 50 yards for Raheem Mostert. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Hey, 73, 73.
They go play action with Hurts. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
Kyle left Yanni. Kyle left Yanni. 73, 73. Kyle left Yanni. Go silver, ready?
They're going to look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
He was brought down by James Bradbury.
From the 41, here's second down and 7.
At the 41-yard line.
Tua going to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 41 yards. And the Dolphins have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10.
Eagles 10. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now.
63.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Hey, 73.
Throwing is Hurts. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds and complete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. They're trying again. They'll try and throw for it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Hey, Silver.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is complete to Watkins on the slam. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
That's another Eagles
63. Crown that
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he slings one that's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Hey, 73, 73. Hey. Hey. Crowd up, get it. Crowd up, get it.
Second down, here's Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 31 yards. And the Eagles have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. Miami set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive.
There he goes, right side. Down the sideline he goes. And down to the 29-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. 114 yards on the ground for him so far.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead.
Eagles 17. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, Three things can happen, and two of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Hey, easy, 63, bang.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. A big play there for Philly. 48 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Hey, Silver. Tiger Hornet. 63.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
The Eagles on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, it's Hurts. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Swift. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And when the defense wins and gets up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. Swift again. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Go Silver, ready? Round up, Yanni. Hey, easy, 63.
Now they send a running back in motion right.
Hey, Silver.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
63.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. In motion right is a running back.
Hey, 73.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. It's caught on the right side at Smith. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
21G.
It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. Open man is Waddle, complete. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 121 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now Tua. Well, that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they're certainly being aggressive here. It's like being a sprinter in a 100-meter dash, exploding out of the blocks, trying to push the ball downfield. Guaranteed this defense is going to be on their toes. They're going to be tested all game.
Got the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles now. Down 21-17. A little under a minute 50 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Great. Set.
He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
73, 73. Go silver, ready?
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hits 0, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
Back to throw. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's good for the Eagles. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
63, 63, 63.
They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Watkins. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
He'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
73, 73.
Hurts. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
What can they come up with here? It's 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game. Down to an E goes Tua, and that should just about do it. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback. But last year, he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. And he's also one of the league's most dangerous players, thrown for 38 touchdowns his last 2 seasons and run for another 23.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 8.
It's complete to Brown, right side. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from... The hell.
You want to talk about a driven player partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert, and he is going to lose yardage here. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot. They blitzed there, but to be honest, I don't know if it would have mattered had they blitzed or not. That run play was going nowhere.
Man, it's really, really difficult at times to figure out where that defense is coming from. But if you're committed to running the football, you can get people up on those linebackers, right? Those guards don't have to block in with the line of scrimmage. They can get up to the second level and create some space.
Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. 3rd and 5. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. From midfield, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 50 yards. And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Eagles nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no, about the 17-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
From that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On first down, Hurts. And this is incomplete. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Silver. Tiger Hornet.
Throwing is Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down.
A gain of 26 yards. That's good for Eagles. First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this one's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
73. Go Silver, ready?
Here's Hurts to throw. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
No touch. Call up Yeti. No touch.
They go play action with Hurts. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the open.
Defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down, Mostert. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They'll run right side with Mostert. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
One more time with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Motion left, Smith. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
They'll send Brown in motion right. On 2nd down, Swift. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Many times the mindset of a play caller after a quarterback's thrown an interception on the previous drive is to come right back and give them a throw to get their confidence back. Give them something easy, get a completion, kind of get them settled again. Instead, this ball was tipped in the air and almost turned into an interception. Offense trying to make a big play, defense trying to make a big play, turned into an incompletion. So now maybe they can back off a little bit, try to relax him, and get him something that'll work.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Let's go. Hey, 21 here. Watch it, Oscar.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Tyreek Hill. Down to the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Let's go.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Eagles. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Escaping the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Dallas Goedert. A gain of 14 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
Go Silver, ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Watch out for Hill on the return. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7 though on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far. Both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Looking to pass. Tua. Getting this out to the flat. Mostert. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Open man is Waddle, complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tua fighting his old Alabama teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Sanders now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Yeah, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Being chased out left. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. A happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
20, TX. Whoa.
Tua going to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And the receivers I know, they have a great deal of confidence. Usually they stand in front of the mirror before games and say, not 1 touchdown, not 2 touchdowns, but 3 touchdowns. Trying to turn this one into a big-time performance.
Solo left Zion.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Hill on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Now Tua. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Tua. That is caught, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
44. Ready.
First down, Miami.
Now a give to Mostert running right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Nolan Smith, a late first-round pick, in on the tackle. 2nd and 10.
At the 14-yard line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's Hill, complete. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins just continue to roll. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Throwing is Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Hurts throws complete to Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The man in motion is Brown. They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. In motion left goes Smith.
At the Dolphins' 24-yard line.
Second down. Here's Hurts.
And his throw is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They throw it out right, complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down. And they pick it up rather easily. A gain of 9 on 4th and 2.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
On first down, Hurts.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
Now they send a running back in motion right. It's complete. And he will get in for the 2 points to get this back to a 3-score game. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
Touchdown, Dolphins.
Raheem Mostert. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dolphins start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
That's good. Eagles.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he is going to lose yardage here.
The tackle made back at his 48-yard line.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that one too wide and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Hey, Silver.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
63.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Ask any pass rusher, and they'll tell you any quarterback who lines up every time and goes straight back in the pocket, that's who they want. But when they have to deal with a Jalen Hurts who may come at them from any angle and can get outside of the pocket and run, that's a nightmare for anybody who has to rush the quarterback. And I love Jalen Hurts' athletic ability. Almost a 4.6 runner. This guy can get outside the pocket and make plays with his legs as well as his arm.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Hey, 73.
Hurts.
And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
73.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was a pair.
He's got a man, complete. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
A gain of 40 yards. And the Dolphin first down.
21G.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.